Hey everybody, Bandicoot Commando here, and welcome back to Resistance 2. Resistance 3. Last time, I just simply showed my weapons getting upgraded, and then I showed what they do when you get them to level 3. So basically, yeah, anytime you want to go through the game again with fully upgraded weapons, especially if you activate the cheat that allows you to have all your weapons at the start, you can go nuts with it if you want. So, other than that, what we're going to be doing today, and this is pretty much the finale here, I'm just going to show the concept art and talk. Well, there's really not much I can talk with development because there's not much on development, really. So, let's just get what we can. Alright, so I should be able to get all of these, or at least the ones that I need to get. And this one especially. I don't need any of the cheats or anything like that. Did I ever get the Brutal trophy? Let me see. Yes, I did. That's the proof. Oh man, that was one hell of a time. But it was a good enough reason for my friends to tell me that you're better at FPSs than you think. You played the game on the very hard difficulty. Pretty much the only Resistance game I've ever played on Superhuman. Alright, let's go over... Oh yeah, you can see all your journals and stuff. So I think... Did I get almost every... Okay, I'm missing one in St. Louis. Okay, and missing Malakov's. Didn't find any of his Mount Pleasant ones, and where is this final one? I do remember getting this one time. And of course the enemy journals. Alright, let's, whoops. There we go, that's how you do it. Alright, so this is the concept art for Haven. So, just the wilderness. Some rather freaky concept of the terraformer and how you see just how the clouds swirl around it. Like, that thing has so much energy in it. Just the interior of a wrecked building. What is probably meant to be Capelli's, Joe's, their little underground sanctuary. Yep, that's just what Haven is. It was just a little undergroundish sanctuary for these people. A classroom for the kids to learn about the Chimera and also to let the trainees know what to do. Yep, just what we are getting when it comes to the life of survivors here in Haven. Probably the medical ward, and it's never a good sign to go there. This concept of Capelli and what looks like Malenkov, just leaving Haven and just witnessing the destruction of it from the terraformer. Just some more countryside art. The devastation of what a terraformer's energy does. And then that sky shot at the end. We only see 2 terraformers though, but they're everywhere. Another shot of the sky in the storm of a terraformer. Oh, yeah, with and without cloud storm getting in the way. More underground entrances and hideaways. A bowling alley. very Last of Us feeling, and it's funny because at the time when Resistance 3 came out, Uncharted 3 was out at the time too, and The Last of Us, I don't think it was announced yet, but it was getting there. Hiding from the Death Squad patrol on a Goliath on the outside. Just the interior of a house. Terraformers. There's multiple ones here. They've since ditched using their battleships. I mean, the terraformers are the closest thing they have to a battleship. Yep, more of the sky with those things. This must have been part of an early idea where the terraformers would stay close to one another, I guess. Goliaths, and of course a terraformer. Oh, that must be Jack. Just little Jack in his bed. That bedroom we've been into, Tommy Dean comes out of that bedroom, I believe. Yeah, just these two. I'm gonna guess one of them is meant to be Joe. And we're back to the first one. Alright, so that was Haven's artwork. St. Louis. This must have been a platform of some kind. Yeah, just some machinery. Some construction machinery, I guess. The little triggers and switches that the remnants created in order to activate the walkways and stuff. What I'm going to presume is a little hideaway to the remnants. Probably a bridge or a gondola. Yeah, definitely a bridge. Rather neat concept of St. Louis. It was under a lot of construction. Or either that, the remnants built a lot of walkways and stuff. And a Goliath is just casually plowing through town. Little hideout the remnants had that was within a billboard from what it looks like. Ah. A locker. A locker that contains some firepower. The interior of the VTOL. And that's where they would put the battery core into. Yep, there it is, all in its glory. Just a little walkway. A little lookout tower post for remnant snipers to hang out on, I guess. This is a hotel of some kind. I believe this is either a design for a drone or this was an idea for a dropship of some kind. Hard to tell. Sentry mounted turrets. It's weird that in the first and second game we encounter those kind of guns, but we do not once encounter turrets of any kind, sentry turrets, to get behind and shoot out of. Just some concept of what I'm assuming is an old hideout of the remnants. Pelly, and I think he has Malenkov with him. Oh, my phone went off. Station 4, Station 3. Just more of the city. You know, with me saying with The Last of Us, wonder what St. Louis would look like in The Last of Us. Probably almost just as wrecked as this. Just without the technology lying around. Yep, just interiors of buildings and such. An idea for drones. The train yard. This was the bar, the pub, where we were with Ellis and Martin and Glenda. Yep, that's just the outside of it. And this was the inside of the bank, office building, where we fought the brawler. Eek. Yep, this is their hideout, this is their HQ. And I'm gonna assume that's Charlie sitting on the couch there. The inside of the factory that Joe had to go through on his own. It's almost exact, to be honest, and I like it when they can do that, when they can get the artwork to, or at least the final game can match almost exactly like the artwork. Battery core. This is where they set up their ambush. Those were the mortar guns we used to bring down the dropship. An old idea of using Chimera technology. Oh, what is going on here? Looks like spires. There's the VTOL. Yep, just a spire tower plunging through a building. These wires. We only knew about these wires through one of the, from both Malenkov and through one of the journal entries on how it produces ice. I get a feeling these wires were meant to be more important. Because, yeah, see? I feel like they must have been a hazard that you had to avoid before they turned them into nothing but a background. Just a little background decoration. Just different ideas and designs for the streets. An idea for a sentry gun, a Chimeran sentry gun of some kind. This must be an idea for the wires. Yeah, this was the machine that would just have wires hop in and, you know, go around freezing stuff. But again, you never deal with them in any sort of dangerous way. I'm guessing the idea was that the Chimera were not just simply terraforming the planet, but they were also using these wire things to slowly, like, transform our buildings into what would be Chimera architecture and such. Nice fun way to have a bridge using a billboard. I've already seen this kind of piece. Okay, and we're back here. Alright, next up is Mount Pleasant. Oh man, what is going on? Alright. Alrighty, the beginning here, when Joel, sorry, this is not The Last of Us. When Joe falls out from the VTOL. Yep, when the VTOL is attacked by Chimeran dropships. And yeah, here it is, just a render of it making its way to New York. Storyboard of Malenkov telling Joe that we don't need to turn around. Or actually, that might be Charlie. He's telling Charlie to drop him off. A helicopter? Or no, that's not a helicopter. That's still the VTOL. An idea that the VTOL would have been damaged and crashed to the ground. Potentially, yeah. The Mount Pleasant community here. Their own little, I guess you can call them banners, but it's decoration. The interior of their buildings here. Yep, pretty much a church. The bridge where we would fight the dropship. A very precarious looking bridge made of using old train parts. Getting closer to the mine building, the power plant, and the mines. Yep, now we're within the power plant. Within the caverns and mines. Or at least some caverns, not the mines themselves, but we're getting there. Now we're in what I want to call the dead town, where it's filled with nothing but grims and leeches and leapers. I'm a little tired. Sooner I can finish this, sooner I could probably go to bed. Just more interiors of the buildings and of Dead Town. Just a simple little house. Yeah, the various houses and shacks. Well, can't call them shacks, but just buildings. Conception of the design for the wall and the fences to keep the Grims out. Here we are. Here's the mines. More of the power plant as well. Hey, an early idea of Satan. Oh, man. More of the forest and wilderness at the start. Coal mine. It's pretty expansive looking. Probably was meant to have a lot of vertical shafts of some kind. Now we're definitely in the tunnels of these mines. Still nothing on Satan at the moment. Alright, we're back here. I think. Yeah, okay. The train. Yeah, one of the train carts. Another design for the... Yeah, just these are probably just the various designs for train carts. An unused train cart that had cars on it. And another one that has a crane, a pulley on it. And yet another one. This was the train fight scene where we had to fight off the wardens from attacking us. Very Mad Max style, those vehicles they had. Well, at least in that one. Now we got the regular looking Jeeps. Here we can see what I think are meant to be either Goliaths or some other form of chimera attacking. Oh, it's probably the wires. Hmm. Uh, chimera battleship? Dropship of some kind? This must have been a quick in and out through a tunnel. An overhead view of some of the track here, alongside a river. Yet another one in what looks like Widowmakers. Looks like the Widowmakers were going to attack from a canyon. Train's going through the river here, so looks like there was a point that we were supposed to drive through part of a flooded area. Oh boy. I'm guessing in this one, the Widowmakers were gonna directly attack the train instead of just accidentally ignore it. This would have been the engine of the train, but we never get to see it. A different design of a Widowmaker. Poor Widowmaker probably ended up dying, having the train collide with it. Or alternatively, there was already a dead Widowmaker that was blocking the train tracks and it leads to us crashing. Whatever the case. And finally, Gretford. This is where all the Grims and Leeches hang out. This must have been the central area where they used as an arena. Overhead view of the prison. And then when it's under attack from the Chimera. Another design of the prison. We can see what I think was either an early design for a Grim or something else, but I'm guessing they kept them around personally and tried to treat them as pets. Just different designs of the various cell blocks. I believe that is the little cores that are put in the drones to prevent them from sending out distress signals. Alright. And that's all I can show. If you want to see the concept for the other stuff, I mean, you could probably go to the Resistance Wiki and probably find them, but yeah. New York would show you New York and the Terraformer. The Chimera would just show you the different designs for the Chimera. Humans, it would show either, the new designs for Apelli and Malenkov and all the other humans we encounter. And the weapons, just old and new weapons with either new or old designs. Now, videos. The bug reel.
So what are you doing? We gotta get out of here.
I'm tired of watching my son die.
That was a multiplayer skin. That's your co-op teammate that can help you up.
Then my husband is the leader of our congregation.
Hey, he had the right idea. You also get to see like an early font for the game. I think it was using Resistance 2. Oh, he a thick boy. He a big thick boy. So is he. They look almost like from the second game, I think. Oh, the brawler, but he wasn't textured and... Yeah, he wasn't fully modeled or textured just yet. Hold! Well... Oh, well, there goes the Widowmaker.
And since I'm just turning to Super Turn because I could scream using the hand.
Oh, okay. I didn't... Random turkey. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Oh, man. Could have not been any more fitting. The voice actor, the voiceover outtakes.
You're a good man, John Harper. You got a pretty mouth, too. Follow the tunnel under the church. I'll be right behind you. Follow the tunnel under the church.
I killed Nathan Hale after a beer. For a few beers.
If you see that brawler, don't try to fight it. I think the damn thing's invincible. How I would know this information since I did not fight this brawler, I do not know. Let's lose her in the apartments! If I say it louder, she won't notice. We gotta show everyone else how to live. Know what I mean? Now show them how to wait for that level to load.
Hey, Joe. I checked on the garden this morning. Goddamn tomatoes are frozen, but the peas and beans still look good. Now let's go with fucking cucumbers.
They're with God now. Bless their souls. I'm hungry. I don't need a fart! I swear! I would never fart in the booth. In all my years, I've never once farted in the booth. No way.
I'm upstairs, on the west side of the complex, by the fuse box. Hurry! Did I mention you're a moron? What you do? You go get a cup of coffee or something? Get off that bong and keep playing. I need your help, friend. Upstairs by the fuse box. By friend, I mean idiot. Throw it when it opens its mouth. You've got to do the Jaws thing.
Start! Wojciechowski, Lodski! Lodki Fachai. And he's really coming in there, Jimmy, you know what I mean?
You know what you're even talking about, Greg Ellis?
You should be safe. We should. Oh, fuck. Everyone should be safe. But we're not. It's a crazy world, Joseph. You know how we roll. We bitches and, you know, the vodka. And... Anyway, focus. This ice will be the death of us. Well, the ice is pretty sensitive. If those leapers are any indication...
It's weird to hear his normal voice compared to the voice he uses for Malenkov.
30 seconds remaining. We got all the fucking time in the world. Shit, kids, just keep playing this motherfucker. It's $1 a minute. Take your time. Bomb detonated. Station destroyed. We're fucked.
Was that Paul Edding? I know Paul Edding voices Herbert in this game, but does he do the announcer voice? I didn't know that. The Steve Ryder concepts. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if these concepts we're about to see, I don't know if they're meant to be a joke, or if they were, like, seriously considered for the game, or just something that they made to blow off steam, but just, you'll see. Whoa! Just an idea of humans riding chimera creatures and feral chimera riding creatures. Now that's a very Mad Max vehicle. Okay, just seeing some Grims driving a truck. I'm gonna assume that these were just simply meant to be a joke. We'd be smashing mailboxes. Or shooting them in this case. I like the ones just bouncing in the back on the tail. Yeehaw! Oh, Satan. I don't know how serious that was about the idea of having player 2 be a Grim. Alrighty, that's about everything I can show. There's really nothing left I can do or show and all that. Like I said, if you want to see the other stuff, you can go to the Resistance Wiki to see and look it up yourself. And there's really nothing left for me to do. So, I'm done with Resistance 3 here. Just to give my final thoughts before closing out on it. I mean, I've already said back in once we finish the game, like, about Insomniac coming back to this. Like, again, I personally think they don't have to come back to doing Resistance. Like, I mean, it would be nice, though, if they can at least acknowledge it, because I feel like they don't want to acknowledge the series. Like, they're willing to acknowledge, you know, working on Ratchet and Clank or doing Spider-Man, or even if you go back further, their time on Spyro, but they just don't want to talk about doing Resistance. And you can also include with them doing Sunset Overdrive and all those other little side stuff they did before they got to Spider-Man. All in all, the Resistance series had a good run, and I don't know if I'll be able to do the Vita games, so unless I get the ability to do so, I want to consider the franchise complete. So, with that will do for Resistance 3 here. I hope you all enjoyed the playthrough. It was quite a journey to make ever since we started at the beginning with the very first game with Nathan Hale, and just how crazy of a journey we made with that. So, yeah, that is it. And I will see you guys in the next one.